Many adults are happy to have someone in their lives. As humans, we need that sense of comfort, protection, and acceptance. Do we have a dating issue in 2026? Is romance dead? Where are the standards now? I'm Josh, and you're listening to the Fellas and Facts podcast.
You're listening to The Facts, the Fellas and Facts podcast with your hosts Josh and EJ starts right now.
Today's climate has gone downhill, and it has been like this for a while now. Today, EJ and I are taking a deep dive in dating in 2026. I have a feeling we are going to confirm our suspicions. Hopefully there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but normally it's just a frickin' train. Stay with us, folks. We have a lot to uncover and a lot to discuss. Our Week in Brief headlines are coming up, so stay tuned after a message from our sponsors. We'll be back. Stay with us. Style is a big deal for all of us, especially me. I like to look my best from head to toe. And speaking of toe, I know an incredible individual who works speaks for itself. Margaret Ray, the owner of Simplest Shoes, will turn your footwear from drab to fab. Her unique eye and detail is like art that will make your shoes shine, dazzle, and will keep everyone asking you, where can you get a pair? Contact Margaret on Facebook at The Simplest Shoes with a Z or call 708-953-0015. All right, let's get into our weekend brief. The state of Illinois on Tuesday nominated their candidates in a face-off on the general election that is happening in November. Republican for Governor Dalen Bailey will face off again with current Governor J.B. Pritzker. Bailey is focused, he says, and will work towards to convince the people of Cook County and surrounding counties that he will be the better choice for governor. I'm just going to say this. We seen this 4 years ago. You know where I'm going with this, right?
I think I do.
Okay, so we saw this 4 years ago. Now Bailey might have a little bit of sympathy, and I hate to say this because he is using his family as a kind of a little bit of a pawn. The biggest thing that I see here is it's either going to be a cheat of election or Pritzker is just going to it's just going to be, Pritzker is just not going to win. Bailey is going to get into being the governor. And then Pritzker is going to run for president in 2028. Because look at it. If he gets it now, he can't run for president in 2028.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I would just concede at this point and go ahead and run for president. Why not?
Perfect. Yeah, no, I agree. What do you got going on in Iran right now?
So over in Iran on Thursday, Iran struck a Saudi refinery and targeted natural gas facilities and oil refineries. Brent crude oil spiked to more than $100 a barrel. Josh, what are your thoughts on that?
We're doomed. Whatever happened to drill baby? Whatever happened to drill baby drill? Whatever happened to the reserves? Whatever. Oh, so here's a dumb question. Why are we getting involved with Iran? I know, because they have a nuclear weapon. And again, what I'm going to tell people is we are going to war, World War III. Because now, if you notice today, into the news today, President Trump was meeting with Japan's prime minister. He's trying to get our allies in it. And if history has taught us well, when we get our allies involved, guess what happens? Boom. War. Okay? There's a brand new tax deduction in place in the filing season. So for those who haven't filed their taxes, if you bought a new car in 2025, in some cases deduct interest on their auto loan. This deduction was created by the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which also removes taxes on tips and overtime for qualified workers. Unfortunately, that's not us as a salary folk, but hopefully one day the salary folk will get its fair share. Relevant to new car shoppers, eliminated a tax credit for buying electric vehicles. I'm never buying an electric vehicle in my life. I'm sticking with gas. I saw what happened a couple years ago when we had that deep freeze, and all these vehicles are sitting at charging stations, not moving.
Oh
There
yeah.
are some requirements, though. This deduction does apply to new cars purchased after December 31st of 24. Highest income households will not qualify. So all you people with Lamborghinis, if you or whatever the case may be, all these nice muscle cars, and you make about over the highest income, wherever that threshold is, you're not getting a tax deduction. So sad, so true. But again, the vehicle
Very true.
must be assembled in America. So that leaves us with some limited choices. Ford, found on road dead. Chevy, they haven't been kicking since the 70s or 80s. GMC, I don't know who is buying GMC right now because I can't afford a GMC, especially a
Yeah,
truck.
I hear you.
I mean, what other car brands are out there that are American? What? Uh, a Tesla? Is Tesla considered American, or is he? I
Well,
don't know
I
where
mean,
Tesla is.
I mean, Tesla may be American. The parts probably aren't, but hey, who knows?
Just like everything that's made in this country. All right, so we got a lot of good things coming up in today's show. Our main point of discussion is dating in 2026. I hate to say it, folks, but I think it's dead. I mean, maybe we can prove, maybe the statistics and these points can prove us wrong. So we're going to get our last sponsor in before we get into our discussion, so we have no interruptions. So we'll be right back.
Do you love looking into the mirror and saying, wow, my hair has never looked this good before? This is how many of us guys feel on a daily basis when we get a great haircut. I have the solution for this. Vancura Cuts in Joliet will have you look like $1 million. The time and detail Francesca takes with her clients is top-level service. So stop going to those ordinary haircut chains and give her a try today. Follow her on Instagram at VAQUERA Cuts. That's Vancura Cuts, and book your appointment now on Booksy.
You swipe left, you swipe right. In some cases, if you are on an app where the girl texts first, you may think you have the match of your dreams. And then all of a sudden, she unmatches and you're stuck in sad, 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 sad feelings. Uh you're currently involved in a relationship. How long have you been in your current relationship?
It's been about 3 years now. Loving it, happy. So, it's one of those things where I am fortunate enough right now that I don't have to get on apps and things of that nature. But being single, I can only imagine the struggles of dating apps, in persons, and all those type of fun things.
So how did you meet your current girl?
Known her since I use this term a lot in diapers, but known her since about, I don't know, kindergarten, maybe first grade. She ran her
Seriously?
course. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's actually kind of cool. I'm fortunate enough that I already knew her family. She knows my family. So when we rekindled our actual relationship, it's been great. It's one of those things where you know holidays when we were in college, we always made sure that when she came home, I came home, we got together, we hung out with some other friends, and then some things took place where we found each other again, and it's been great since.
Yeah, that's good for 3 years, and ever since you know her, so you already like you went past the kind of like let me get to know you a little bit better phase because you already
There
know
you
me,
go.
and then that I wish I had that. Unfortunately, I have to start fresh. And do you know how hard it is to continue a conversation? Because when you walk into that first date, you could talk all day long on instant messaging, text, the app, whatever the case may be, and then you get in front of this person and you're like, so how the Bears playing today, or what's the weather? And you got to keep going because again you get into that realm where if the girl is like, well, he can't hold a conversation, how is going to be the rest of this relationship? So you got to land
Right.
it. First date pressures suck ass. I'm just going to say that. Because again, my feeling on this is you got to look the part, you got to look
Yep.
right, smell right, okay?
Yep.
You can't order, if you're going to a restaurant, you can't order a bunch of big bag foods and eat like a pig because you want to impress it. First impressions are always right. And then at the
Absolutely.
end, you're like, okay, am I getting a second date? And then you got to plan ahead. Okay, if you get done with dinner, are you going to a movie afterwards, or is it okay? See how the date goes, and then are we venturing out? Walking, hand in hand, to through the park or something, just to continue connecting and things. I don't miss it. I I really don't miss it. I like being single a little bit, just a little bit. There's some aspects where I don't like being single, and all the adults should know this. Everybody needs a little love and affection, a little afternoon delight, if that makes
Sure.
sense. Yeah.
Sure.
But I'm happy to say that now women are categorizing by extreme intentionally with singles prioritizing peace. So now singles are wanting peace. They have high standards and efficiently over traditional casual dating. People are avoiding settling, focusing instead of whether a partner adds peace to their life. Thank you for whoever decided to wake up and say, all right, I'm out for the bullshit. I want peace. Let there be peace and peace on earth, and go through the dating history. I love it. I absolutely love it. Also, to date, there are 1,500 dating apps. I know out of the 10 popular ones, I was on all 10, and I saw
Sure.
the same girl on, let's say, Facebook dating, Tinder, Bumble, and it's the same picture. It's like copy paste. So it's like
You got to play the odds.
they're doing the same thing. And the funny part about it is like I'm like, this is great. So if I match with her on this, and I find her out that she's doing, I know all the other profiles that she is on, and then I can catch her in a lie. Oh, you
Yeah.
talking to somebody else? Oh, Facebook dating? That's the whole thing. I'm like, I'm like a not a, I would say stalker, but I'm a warrior. Like when it comes to looking over, are they texting somebody else, or self conscious kind of a little bit. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, if you have immediate access to being able to get on an app so simply and keep your options open, you have to have that concern that, once you hang up, you play a hat, you hope, or for the women, play a hats too. Once you hang that up, you hope that, you close out all those apps, you delete your profiles, and you're happy with the person you have. But there is that convenience that if you're not, or if there's some little trouble in your relationship, all you gotta do is just reactivate that profile, and you're back out there swimming in the sea, you know. And I don't know. I don't think that's stalkerish, but I think that's a concern. And I don't want to hear all the viewers talking. Oh, yeah, well, you're just insane. No, okay. If you have immediate access to something, there's always gonna be temptation. It's no different when you get a credit card, right? If you never had the money before, you couldn't spend it. You're broke. Fine, you live paycheck to paycheck. The moment you have access to a credit card and things become convenient, we're going to go ahead and use that credit card. I don't want to hear anything else, anything different. You get on a dating app, you go to a relationship, the temptation is going to be there. Okay. We all know it. All right. I got into a relationship. Hey, guess what? I got rid of my Snapchat. Didn't even want it. Didn't even want it on my phone. Just to make sure I wasn't ever tempted to see, oh, this person, I'm smart, guys. Get rid of it. Okay. Josh, you're not a stalker. Anyone else there that thinks that can happen to you, it can. Okay.
well, thank you
I'm
very
not
much.
buying
I
it.
do appreciate. I appreciate you for finally saying something nice about me instead of criticizing me about my driving. Number one, and number two. Well, I don't know
Oh,
about you, man. You know
yeah,
what?
I'm
Thank you.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
going to
talk
take the
about.
win. I'm going to take the win. Okay.
That's fair.
I also, it's happy that 2026 is described as a comeback year for in-person interaction. So that means going to the bar, finding a cutie at the bar, buying her drinks, and serrating her. What's the word? What am I? I'm kind of like blonde and dumb right now. What is the S
Man, I
word?
wish I could help you.
I'm having it's on
Honestly,
the tip of my tongue. All right,
I,
anyway,
I,
but you give her compliments, flirt, okay? Make her feel,
sure.
important, like a princess that she is. Uh, I like that option better because again, it's not beat around the bush. It's let's get talking. If you're interested, let's continue on. Let's move on because this is what I do. I don't know if you were similar or if you can relate. Go. The guys say we're going out night. It's a buddies' night, men's night, boys' night, whatever the case may be. We go out, grab dinner, grab a bite, start pre gaming a little bit at this dinner place wherever we're at. I really love Jameson, so Jameson's if you're
Oh
out
yeah.
there, yeah, come on
Hey,
out.
might go there next week.
We come out, get our dinner, have a few drinks, talk, catch up. All right, what's the next spot? Of course, Bourbon Street. At 11 o'clock, the club section comes on. It's a bunch of, if you haven't been to Bourbon Street, go. It's a good time. If you're still young, even the older crowd still goes there. There's all walks of
Yep.
life at Bourbon Street. If there's cowboy night in one room, there's a bunch of people in cowboy outfits. If it's a rock fest, hip hop, whatever the case may be in the main room, they're going to be all there and everybody's co-mingling. I love going to Bourbon in the summertime, spring, early spring, when it's not that cold weather or that hot weather.
Yep.
It's that weather where it's comfortable, where you could be outside with maybe just a hoodie or a long shirt, and you're sitting outside on the patio, just drinking and having a good time. And what we would do, we walk in the room, and it's this danger zones. We're looking for the danger zones. I told I told a coworker, she was like, "What do you guys do? How do you guys look out for women?" And I said, "I'm going to tell you the secret since you're already engaged and you don't have to worry about this." Okay, what men do is we go into a room, we sit down, we act like we're jamming, looking at the sights and the scenes, and then we start scanning the room. Okay, all right, we got a group of girls over here. All right, is it a bachelorette party? Okay, no, it's not a bachelorette party. They're just out. It's girls' night. Okay, start looking at the rings. Do we have any promise rings? Do I hear wedding rings or whatever the case may be? We start watching the body language because maybe there's some girls who are together. It's 2026. That's a thing nowadays.
Yeah.
And funny story, that's coming up, but I'm going to get to that point. But then we look for the girls. Okay, they may be alone. Is there a guy next to them? Because you know how the guy is. And I'm like this too when I'm out. The girl's sitting down at the bar and she's talking to her friend. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. I just went to Bath and Body Works and I just got 3 candles for $25.99. And then there's the guy talking to the other bro, and he's out there like a hawk. He looks like the Captain Morgan bottle with his foot on the chair, his arm on on the back of her seat, claiming his territory because he's that dog marking his territory. Like, this is mine. I'm hovering over her. Don't try anything. And then there is some dumb fucks that decide to go up there and say, "Hey, can I buy you a drink? Do you not see him standing there, asshole?" And I laugh and I go, "I hope you get shot the fuck down or even punch in the face." And it's the best thing ever. And then you start talking to a girl. I remember the one time I was trying to do a wingman kind of a thing. I can always get my buddy every time that we go out. I can wingman for him and he could do the same. But the one time that he did it, he was like, "Hey, my buddy over there thinks you're really pretty. I'm over there acting like I'm not, looking up, trying to be all courteous or, all that other stuff. I'm just looking at like I'm just paying attention on my phone. Do you see him?" And she's looking. And then all of a sudden she was like, "Well, me and my girlfriend are already together." And he goes back and he's looking at me like, I go, "What's wrong?" He goes, "Yeah, they're kind of lesbian." I'm like, "Kind of lesbian or they're just plain
Or
lesbian?" So, I mean, anything ring a bell to you? I know it's been 3 years since you've been,
it,
all.
it, it's it, It's been a while, but no, very very similar. I mean, for me, I was always really the laid back guy. I'll get after it. I'll go out and things like that. But if I'm out perusing or whatever, I'm not gonna go up to you and say, "Hey, do you want a drink?" That's such has never been my style. Usually, hey, if there's a dance floor, I'll be on it. I'm a magnet to attract women that way with my subtle dance moves. But yeah, same strategy when I go out, or when I'm sorry, hold on now. Okay, somebody's listening. When I used to go out, okay, when I u- when I used to go out, yeah, I would sit there with, we'd have a bunch of guys, like you said, the pre games, all that kind of stuff. We never really had a plan, we kind of just went out there and yeah, we're looking for things. We're making sure there's no guys hanging out next to them and stuff like that. But honestly, the group of friends that I'm with, to your point, we're still going to go talk to them. Like, we really don't care. Like, if you got your man's there, we're not trying to be disrespectful to him, but you may not be happy. Going back to our other conversation, you may be halfway out of it, and maybe, hey, I'll be there for you, but nevertheless,
I'll be that shoulder to cry on.
whatever you need, I got you. But no, I mean, it's again, same strategy. You go out there and, for me, I had one buddy that he came out with the target plan of who he wanted, what girl he was trying to look for. And the thing is, to what we're saying, like settling and things like that. But I mean, you're limiting yourself when you do that. So for me, if I was going out at that time, I really don't care. I'm looking for the conversation. Like I said, if I'm out there dancing and you want to come dance with me, perfect. That's one thing we just found out we had in common. Let's see what goes from there. But I have done the whole go up to her, get a drink at the bar, talk to her, and all that kind of stuff. But it all just depends. It all depends. It all depends on the night too. If you're with the boys and you pregame just a little bit too hard, I'm bound to say some things, here and there to women that I probably shouldn't. I've had the drink thrown in my face. Believe me, read situations all the way wrong.
Oh, do
So,
tell. Oh, do tell, pray tell,
oh,
do
do tell.
tell.
I do remember. I think it was like I couldn't tell you which birthday it was, but I had a lot to drink. I'm talking double shots of vodka, and I'm not even a vodka drinker at all. Threw up in the bathroom already that night because I came back, rallied again, and I'm going up to this girl, and I'm thinking, we got a connection going, and I saw the ring, not the engagement ring. I can't think of what it's called, the Irish ring that people wear that you flip it upside down. You're in a relationship. The other way, you're not in a relationship. I can't think of what it's called. Some viewers will know what I'm talking about. And I'm looking at a ring. I'm like, oh, well, it's facing this way, so I must be good. And I'm talking to her, and we're actually having a great conversation. And I made a comment to her, and I couldn't tell you for the life of me what it was, but it was along the lines of, "We're wasting time. Let's do whatever." And she said, "That's really," she looked at me like I said the worst thing in the world, which hindsight I probably did. And all of a sudden I said, "Hey, okay, it's cool, no worries." And I order us another round of drinks, thinking like maybe I can fix my mistakes. And this girl got the drink from the bartender and threw it directly into my face, directly into my face. And
That's
my
nine
buddy
ninety
runs
five
over,
right
cut.
there for a. That's 9.95 for a vodka and Red Bull.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It was. I'll say this much: it was a college town, so it probably was like $3.25 for a shot. But the point being, I don't think I deserved it. But now that I look back and I think about some of my wild moments, yeah, there's a chance that I probably said. I'm not going to repeat what I said because now that I'm talking, it's all coming back to me what I said. And yeah, I deserve that drink in the face. And if you're out there listening by chance, I am sorry because it can't be repeated, but I deserve the drink in the face. I did. And if you ever see me out in the street and you want to throw another drink in my face, by all means, go for it because I probably deserve that too. And for any other woman out there that I've said something silly about or two, just everybody just start throwing drinks in my face. I probably deserved it. But now, Josh,
I
I'm in a healthy mood
I
for it.
I I am not. I really want to get her on the show now and say, what did he really say to you that really decided to, waste the drink? And especially now,
You,
I wouldn't be doing that now. Okay, ladies, I'm telling you, if you waste a drink on a good man, a good slap would do, or whatever the case may be.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to get slapped. I'd rather you if I spend $15 on your whiskey, Coke, or whatever you're drinking, and you throw it in my face. I have to believe I deserve it at
Oh,
this
so
point.
she paid for it. So you paid
No,
for it
no,
and
no,
not
no, no, no,
her.
no. I paid for it. I paid for everything that we were drinking. Now, let me also back up too. I was working at the bar, so whatever I was paying was probably comped most of it. So again, I'm reading all this back to myself and listening to myself, and yeah, I deserved it. I probably did. I probably did. And here's the thing. Actually, you say you want to bring her as a guest. I think she might have. I'm still friends with this person on Facebook, I believe, but I think she unfollowed me on Instagram. So there may be some feelings that have not been resolved yet.
I double dog dare you to, when this show gets published, to put it up there and tag her and say, here's an honorable mention.
You know what? You know what, guys? I think this weekend I'm gonna have myself a couple of cocktails. So if you remind me of this, come time Saturday, I may be drunk enough to do it. I just I just might do it. And then on Monday I'll have a lot of regrets about it. But yeah, you know what? Send me a text on Saturday.
You're gonna call me after your weekend, like, bro, everybody, all my sites blew up. Work is just getting
Oh,
crazy right now. And oh, by the way, that girl messaged me the other day saying that she wants to kick my ass, and now she's engaged.
yeah. You know what would be great is if I write her on the show, we do it live somewhere at a bar, and I ask her that same thing. Whatever, I'm not, like I said, I can't tell you what I said, but I ask her that live on a show and see how she feels about it now. Because you know what, people grow up.
I would take you up on that. And then when we do a live reaction of that, and have another drink pour on your face, we actually got gold. I think we might hit a viral moment right there.
You know what? I honestly think we're all grown now. We're all adults. We look back at it. I feel like she's mature and would probably just laugh it off. But like you said, she might be engaged. She might have kids. She might be like, have moved on. But if not, throw a drink in my face. Damn it, go ahead. I don't care.
Okay, I'll hold you to that. I believe I'm kind of giving up on the dating world a little bit. It, I'm not that kind of guy. You can have drinks thrown on you the whole time. Dating is kind of complicated for me. I believe, and I am an old school kind of a guy. I don't think romance is dead. I really do think that you need to treat a woman with respect, give her the gifts, treat her with kindness, spoil her, and just appreciate this gorgeous creature that decided to go out with your scummy ass. And I'm not saying that I'm scummy, but there are some scums of the world. And you look at some people's relationships and you go, what are you doing with him?
Yep.
Like, the biggest example that I can get, a beautiful girl, legs for days, gorgeous smile, takes care of herself, goes out with the biggest douchebag in all of history. Okay? I know girls who look great that go out with a man with no job, and guess where they're living at? Their house.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? What are we doing here, folks?
Hmm.
What are we doing? Girls, ladies, treat yourself with kindness and date a man. Stop dating these little boys. And people go, oh, well, he's so fine. And, he probably has a big penis and all this other stuff. Let me tell you something, okay? If you took an anatomy class and really paid attention, it's a motion of the ocean and not the size of it.
There you go.
Because,
Let them know.
again, so, I'm just saying, okay, if a man knows what to do with it, same thing with a girl, because you guys sometimes don't know what you're doing either,
Sure.
and it shows. Okay, it's all about what you do and how you do it and perform it. Okay, I'm that kind of guy that likes to, you know, be a little romantical, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Candles. You know what I mean? A little massage. Not just like let's get down and fuck. Okay, One night stands, if we're both drunk and I'm just, I'm about to take an Uber home, fine. Okay, we all done it. And I don't want anybody saying I haven't done that. I've been a good girl. You're telling me that you didn't hook up with a guy at the bar? Well, and like I said, when it comes to that, I'm romantical. Everybody's done it when it comes to hooking up that one time, one night stand. Do we regret it the next day? Hell yeah, we do. And especially some of them are fucking crazy. Some of them are crazy. Like, oh, I was beaten by my last boyfriend. Oh, really? Okay, great. How do you want me to respond to that? I can't, I'm sorry. Okay, then we shouldn't be doing
Well,
this.
yeah.
We shouldn't be doing this because again, there are some crazy people out there that will say, "Oh, he raped me." I've seen enough Law and Order SVU. Oh, we were just having a few drinks and she wanted it. Oh, that's what she wanted. She wanted it. Oh, he did this to me. I'm very scared of that. I am
Yeah.
petrified of that. And I don't know. It may be just me. I may be weird, but if I'm looking for something right now, I'm 30 years old. I'm looking for somebody. I'm dating for a purpose and not and I want a wife. I don't want somebody for 3 years, waste 3 years, and then all of a sudden nothing happens. Like you're always arguing with me about, oh, you're coming up with arguments. That was my last relationship. She came up with arguments, talk about, well, you said that I looked fat. I never said that you looked fat. Well, you really don't like me. I said if I didn't like you, we wouldn't be, we wouldn't be hanging out every weekend. I can't with the fucking fly. Like,
Look, man, you get these damn gnats, man. Damn gnats. I feel like every show, Josh, it's always something with me. Whether it's a Wi-Fi, gnats, it's always something over here. Dogs running up in the background. You gotta be on your toes in this household.
I agree. And that was her. She always made the the excuse or the argument, and it's like, why are we arguing? I don't know if I bet you probably had that before.
Sure. I mean, it's just one of those things where I think when you get in a relationship, it's hard to communicate, right? You're both working a job, even if you're not working or one's not working. I mean, you're still living in the same household. You see each other every day, and sometimes it's just hard to communicate, and sometimes we don't know how to say what we mean versus what we say. And I know men try to believe that, well, if we say it a certain way, that's just how we talk. No, there are some undertones to some things that we say, and maybe we just don't realize that it's coming off a certain way. But at the same time, sometimes it really is. It is what it is. If you ask me, well, how do I look in this? Oh yeah, you look great. Oh, that's it. Well, I mean, what did you want me to say? And the thing is, instead of realizing that maybe in that moment I didn't say what you wanted me to say, we process that stuff, and then we'll try to adjust it later on so that we make sure that we meet the standards of whatever you want us to say. But then also, women, you have to realize you're taking away our original thought. You're taking away some of the things that you said that you liked us for, that you loved us for. So as we're changing to accommodate you and what you want to hear, you're also slowly but surely taking a bit, little bits and pieces away of maybe how we are and how we interact in our everyday. If I was at work and someone asked me like, hey, how do you think I look in this new dress that I got? And I said, hey, you look good. You look great. Am I not supposed to say it the same way when with my partner, or am I supposed to change how I say it because I'm talking to my partner now? I really have no idea. All I know is most of the time I'm wrong. And that's okay because I now know my partner enough to also realize that it's not necessarily me. Like for me right now, I just bought a bunch of stuff off of Amazon, right? Got myself a little bit more business casual wear, things like that. And I'm praying that I get the reaction that I want from my partner, right? But at the same time, if I don't get it, me being the man that I am, I really don't care. Like I'm still gonna wear it. I'm still gonna think I look good in it. But there's just that difference when you're dating, and for women, it's very different. They want a certain answer. We want a certain answer. The difference is we don't care really whether or not you give us the answer we want or not. So I think that's a big deal in relationships, communicating. And if you can get past that and know your partner and just realize that, hey, it means nothing how you said something, and if it does, you can move forward, then it works out. But Josh, I will argue, since you are single, that is it the same when you're just maybe out in the bar and you're talking to a woman? Do you feel that how you say something can be interpreted a different way to a complete stranger?
Absolutely. You never think that something, eh, that is a really good question. That's a real deep question. And I kind of think, to your point, I think it becomes a little bit more, what's the word? It becomes a little bit more intimidating in person because, again, you're trying to, make sure that she accepts you for who you are. So sometimes you're giving her that perception. And this is how I am. And this is
Okay.
how I am. Okay. I'm myself all the way through.
Yes, sir.
Nothing changes. Nothing continues to be different. Okay, maybe I might wear the best smelling cologne, okay, for the night, which everybody is intended to do. You only wear the good stuff. But then if we are dating, I might wear something different that's more cheaper because this stuff is very expensive. So that's probably the only thing
Right.
that,
But I already got you.
yeah, you like that smell? You like how I smell? Well, here's the other smell. It does smell good, but I try to do that and smell good all the way through.
Sure.
I care about my hygiene, about my hair. My hair is never not done. And when it's all grown out and poofy and whatever the case may be, I feel like, ugh, what is going on here? Get a haircut, fix it. And then it's all about presentation. And it's the same thing in the relationship too. I'm the same way. I mean, I'm a bigger dude. I mean, I'm kind of self-conscious about, okay, I don't got abs and a six-pack, but I'm pretty strong, and other things work in her favor too, if that makes sense.
There you go. Talk
Yes,
your shit,
yes,
man.
yes.
Go
For all
ahead.
the big people out there, I don't want to hear shit from y'all because you could do it. Now, if you go out and you look like a slob that just got off from the couch, shame on you. Go back to bed. If you don't shave and keep up with your beard and it looks like you have just splotches and, long beard here, short little beard here, little shave that shit because it's not working out, okay? If you smell terrible, shame on you. Go wipe
Oh God.
your ass. Oh, I gotta take a 10-minute. Okay, for big dudes, you cannot take a 10-minute shower. Okay?
Ain't no 10-minute showers around here.
5 minutes, forget it. 20 minutes, yes. You have to go and scrub under everything. You got extra to scrub. You get what I'm saying? You got to get underneath this roll, this flap, and you just got to just scrub and make sure that you smell good. Again, gentlemen, take care of yourselves. Ladies, please don't look good
Please.
at the bar looking like a fine piece of wine with a side of cheese. And then all of a sudden, when we're dating, all I see you in is sweatpants, a long T-shirt, your hair up in a ponytail, a half-ass ponytail, and saying, "What are we doing for dinner?" We're not doing anything, sweetheart. We're eating in, and it's going to be a Netflix and chill kind of a night.
Damn. Cold-blooded, man. That's cold-blooded. I mean, I feel you. I don't want to say you're wrong. I feel you. But I mean, again, if women are listening, they're going to say that's on you. You created that type of environment. Yeah, she was able to let her guard down, but you need to get up and start taking some initiative to be like, hey, look, communicate and say, hey, look, I like it that you can be yourself, relax, you ain't got to put all the makeup on, but hey, we need to go out, get yourself together, get yourself ready. So I'm just saying, because yeah, you're in a relationship, you're supposed to let your guard down, right, with your partner, right? But at the same time, you need to get up off that couch and we need to go do something, because if not, you're gonna be bigger than me, and then who's gonna get who off the couch, you know?
And
So
it's nothing about
yeah,
that. And it's not about, well, you can't let your guard down. Okay, we're all gonna fart in front of each other. We're all gonna take, go to the bathroom in front of each
got to.
other. Okay, if we ever get to that point, that's close status. Okay, that's like, all right, we're moved in, ready to go. But again, I'm certain way. I'm a clean freak. I love a house clean. If your stuff, I can't stand hair all over the place. I had a girl who was a roommate, a friend from high school, and she came. And there was just hair in the drain, and the water was stopping up. And when I cleaned, and we had to use liquid heat to get this hair
Oh
clog
no.
out of the drain, because I'm like, oh my god! And then we had to get one of those hair guards. I Hair was all over the place. I was picking it up all over the place. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Shedding? And
Oh
again,
God. Where's it supposed to go, Josh? Where's it supposed to go?
Ernest, Ernest, the garbage can. If you're brushing your
I
hair,
mean, I'm
if you're brushing your hair
yeah.
and it gets on the floor, you see that because I could see it. I don't have microvision. Pick it up, pick it up the floor.
Oh, you asking for a lot. You're asking for a lot.
I know. I'm just joking, ladies. That was just a joke. We know you can't handle.
I know. I got
We
you.
can't. I know you can't
I
handle
get
it. Your hair is beautiful. It's a lot. You guys do a lot. Women go through a shit ton. Okay, I don't want to hear any men say, "Well, women want equal rights." Okay, great, have your equal rights. But I'm saying women go more than men. I don't want to push out a baby through my penis hole. Okay, all
hell
right.
no.
I almost had a kidney stone, and I hear people having big kidney stones trying to push that thing in, and no, not gonna happen. When you guys go through your time of the month, God bless you. We understand why you're crabby. We understand why you're kind of moody a little bit. We're just gonna give you peace. Chocolate, I heard a lot of people like eating chocolate. If it does something to you, great. We'll give you all the boxes of chocolates in the world or whatever you like, and we'll just let you be. And we know that after a few days, you'll be back to yourself. No, no hard feelings.
You she'll be back to know. I'll tell you this though, Josh. I had a new appreciation for what women go through when I saw my daughter born. And let me tell you, the things that I saw, I don't understand it. I'm not biology major, science major, anything like that. But what I do know is 11 pounds, 4 ounces ain't supposed to go through certain places.
Not at
Okay.
all.
And you know, they say don't look behind the tarp. I didn't have an option. I looked behind that tarp. I saw everything I needed to see to find new appreciation for what women go through. So shout out to all you mothers out there. Shout out to the ones that are trying. And just in general, shout out to the women, like Josh said, that go through things that we could never even process in our wildest minds.
Exactly. Biggest controversy right now is a lot of relationships are going through the 1950 era. Do we have both partners work? Does one person only work? If you're living together, let's just say you're past the talking phase, the dating phase, you guys are living together. It's getting closer to now it's time to marriage time, almost close to marriage time. It's like that before era. It's like limbo right before marriage. So you're living together, you guys are playing house. Do you guys both keep jobs, or does the girl stay at home and worry about the cooking and cleaning if you're not married and already have a kid?
Well, Josh, I think nowadays, most couples are working together. I think you kind of have to. I think the day and age of, the woman cooking, cleaning, all that type of house home stuff, I don't think that exists. I mean, let me rephrase. I don't think that it doesn't exist, but I think it's tough to come by. And I don't know if that should be the goal anymore from what our parents told us and grandparents. I think that tradition has been broken. I think it should stay broken. I mean, to even your point, when you're in a relationship, you're a clean freak, right? So to put that on somebody else to maintain what you want in a household because it is their quote duty wouldn't be correct to me. So, the 1950s thing, I don't think that works. And, I joke around with my girlfriend all the time. I say, well, hey, how much money do I have to make for you to quit your job? And the answer always is there's no amount of money that it would take, because I don't want to have to ever depend on, anybody. And I think that goes back to what you said earlier about, trying to find peace. Peace is very different than what it was before. Peace may just being able to leave the house to go do something that you love to do, despite how much money it may pay. You know, if I'm making $1 million, I'm sure if I'm making $1 million, my girlfriend would say, okay, maybe I don't have to do a 9 to 5. But yeah, she probably would maintain some sort of job because she doesn't want to be dependent on any partner, period, in this world. So yeah, I think that whole mantra is kind of out the window now, and it should stay that way. You know, I look at all these other influencers that, you know, they say their man makes, you know, 6 figures, 7 figures, however much money, and they don't work, and all they do is spend the husband's or, you know, whoever their partner's money, and that's great for them. And I would argue we haven't seen, and maybe it's just because I haven't lived that long yet, but we haven't really seen these influencers when they get old. We have not. We have not, you know, took their temperature when they're 50, 60, 70 years old and said, hey, how are you and your partner doing? How is your relationship on this dynamic of, hey, there's a breadwinner and there's someone that doesn't work at all? I don't think we have seen it yet. And I think once we do in 20, 30 years for these younger influencers, we'll find out it's not always all cracked up as it used to be. You know, we're seeing a lot of athletes nowadays. Athletes, you get a person making $20 million. I think his name, Iman Shepherd. You know, during his divorce, he lost everything down to like 2 million. And his wife has the house, kids, all the money in the world now. So if you look back on that, maybe things would have been different if you weren't just the sole breadwinner. And again, it doesn't matter if your wife makes more money or whatever the case is. I just think, you know, you have to split the responsibilities, you know, and you'll live a happier life. If you ask me,
Exactly.
you'll live a happier life if you're not dependent on one person for finances. I'm not going to say health insurance. I know some people where, you know, their health insurance is better than the other partner. So by all means, to me, that is a perk of being married or in a relationship. Use that, absolutely. But in terms of one breadwinner and one stay-at-home person, I don't know. I have a lot of friends on Facebook, mostly military friends that, you know, they have the 4 or 5 kids and the wife stays at home. I think when they signed up for that, that was an agreement that they made, and they wouldn't keep having kids if obviously, you know, one wanted to go back to work. You don't say, oh, I kind of want to go back to work, but let me have another kid. And now you're 3, 4, 5 deep into it. So that's a choice that was probably made going into the marriage and his or her profession saying, I'm going to stay at home. But if you're not in the service and you're not doing that, I don't see why you would actively say, I'm just going to let someone work and provide for me. And I'll be at home cooking dinners. You know, no, that's just not for me.
No, I agree. I believe that a relationship should be 50-50. Should be 50-50 across the board. We share the same responsibilities. It's all about what we do as a team, communicate. I scratch your back, you scratch my back. I like to cook and bake. You know, if she doesn't know how to cook or bake, fine. That's not a deal breaker for me. But, you know, again, if they're at home, my biggest thing is if they're at home, let's just say they don't have a job and they're not going to be their independent selves and have that other thing. Some people do that too. Stay at home mom. I see a lot of them, and I saw a video recently on TikTok that a mom who didn't even feed the kid is feeding her own self, and there's just dirt and grime all across the house. That's the only
Yeah, no
thing
thanks.
that's the only thing that's unacceptable. I mean, I'm not saying you need to cook and clean, but the kid's not even fed. And there are
Yeah, that's
some
wrong.
girls and ladies out there that do like a clean house, do like to keep everything. Yeah, they may be a little bit disorganized, but again, everybody can work with that. I'm not saying that I'm a neat freak. I'm just a clean freak. Like if I see dirt on the floor, I'm not going to leave it for 6 weeks or till the next time that I clean it. Or if I,
Right.
hear a smell or have jelly on the countertop or some kind of, food crumbs, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to ensure that, hey, maybe, they could share the same beliefs. And again, here we are. Here we are. I just want to make a public service announcement to all the ladies out there. Date whoever you want to date, but just be careful. Just be careful. All right. we're going to go into our end show monologue. So we'll be right back after these messages.
This is Josh, your host from the Fellas and Facts. I just want to take a moment of your time to say thank you for all of our dedicated listeners. Without you, we cannot do this. But we do need your help. Remember to like, share, and tell everyone about this fabulous show. It may help someone one day. Let's get to work.
All right. Let's get into the end of the show monologue. Ladies, after everything that we discussed, ladies and gentlemen, go out there and be happy. Love who you want to love, date who you want to date, be respectful, be courteous, be a gentleman. Romance is not dead. And ladies, if you only care about looks, okay, we all understand that looks do matter. But there are some guys out there that have big hearts, and if they look the part, sound the part, and smell the part, give them a chance. Same thing with you fellas. Give everybody a chance to make it happen, and maybe one day you'll be soulmates. That's all about the connection. It's about how your heart feels. It's not about how many ladies you can get with. It's not a prize, what you can win of how many women you sleep with. It's not a prize at all. And it's same thing with you gals. It's all about finding the right person, spending time with them, and hopefully you meet at a bar or a restaurant or even at the coffee shop and you run into like those 90s movies, those typical 90s movies. Oh, I'm running late for work. Oh, you bump into them and you drop all your things on the floor and you pick them up and you look in their eyes and you go, wow. That's the kind of relationship that I'm having, but I'm not hoping in. What are your final thoughts there, my man?
Final thoughts. One, I gotta say, just ladies, dad bods are in. Okay. Do not pass up us. I'm sorry. I keep saying us. Hold on. In a relationship, sorry. Do not pass up my fellow dad bods out there. Okay. Great to cuddle with. We laugh a lot. Obviously, we have an appetite. And you don't have to worry about us out there, creeping around and all that type of stuff. Okay. Men, have conversations. Don't try to go into something with some sort of personal gain into it. Just have a conversation with them. Not everything has to, I think Josh, you said it, not everything has to be the score. Some relationships are truly just formed off a good conversation. And just be yourself. One thing I like that you said, Josh, is that you are who you are all the time. Doesn't matter who you're with, doesn't matter what's going on. That's who you are. Talk your shit. So that being said, everybody just be who you are. Just have fun in life. I mean, that's the whole reason we're doing this podcast, So, I mean, have fun. And like I said, dad bods are in.
Dad bods are in. So I'm very happy with that. As always, folks, remember to follow us on Facebook at the Fellas and Facts Official. Subscribe and hit the bell to our YouTube channel at the Fellas and Facts Podcast Show. At the Fellas and Facts Show Official. That's our YouTube page. I remember that I did post on TikTok Live, but because of some technical difficulties, my PC failed. Hopefully, we're getting a new one this weekend, so we will get on TikTok to do some lives and talk to the fine people of the world. Get on there, and once we make the announcement on Facebook, we'll also do an announcement on TikTok, so follow us on TikTok as well at the Fellas and Facts, and remember to give us a 5-star review and comment on our show on our platforms, Apple, Spotify, and catch every episode on Monday on your way to work. Tune in on us on your way to work as you're sitting in traffic, or if you're getting off of work, if you're a lovely third shifter, get on that boat and just listen to our show. This is Josh and EJ. We will see you next time with the facts.